What's up everyone, John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here, and I want to give you my predictions for Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference, but they are not my predictions, and let me tell you why. So you guys know, obviously, I'm a big cell phone guy. A lot of topics on my videos cover cell phones, but some of the videos cover technology in general. I'm also a very big geek, and as such, I like to know everything about technology. So I follow and I read a lot of YouTube channels and tech sites that have to do with technology in general, particularly with cell phones. So I came to PhoneDog.com, and I thought they had a really great site, and their main personality, Noah, was really dynamic. I thought he engaged the audience, he was knowledgeable, he was funny, and I thought he was doing a really good job. So I started following them for a while and reading, and I saw the site and the channel grow, and deservedly so. So about maybe a month ago, I reached out to Noah and I said, listen, I don't know if you know who I am. I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo, and I think you do a fantastic job with your videos. I think it could be fun to see if our audiences maybe overlap a bit and sort of share each other with our audience. And he tended to agree. You look at all the time at the collaboration efforts that you see on YouTube. Some of the bigger entertainment guys do it all the time, and I think it's a great way to show camaraderie and to get a different perspective on the channel. Oftentimes you guys are stuck with hearing me talk, and sometimes I say the same thing, and maybe you're getting bored of my style or whatever it might be. So I thought to spice it up, it'd be fun to get a guest editor in here, and who more better to be a guest editor than Mr. Phone Dog himself, Noah Kravitz. So I hope you guys enjoy Noah's take on the Worldwide Developers Conference and his predictions. I think he gives a really interesting perspective on it. If you guys like having Noah show up on the channel, let me know, leave some comments, let him know, we'll do some more. It's been a lot of fun. Noah is a very good guy and has become a friend, so I'd love to get him on here a bit more. And of course, if you like him and you want to check him out, be sure to go to PhoneDog.com or YouTube.com/PhoneDog, and you'll see all the Noah you guys can handle. Anyway, enjoy the video.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Noah from PhoneDog.com, and first off, I want to thank John for inviting me to do a little guest editor spot on his YouTube channel, John for Lakers, and also over on Techno Buffalo, or anywhere else you might be watching this. And also invite you probably know this already, but John's doing a little guest editor spot over on our channel, YouTube.com/PhoneDog. It's also on our iTunes feed, and then of course it'll be on the website, PhoneDog.com. So definitely check that out. It was a few weeks back, John dropped me a line, said, hey, I follow your stuff, and I don't know if you know who I am. And I was like, of course I know who you are. You're John for Lakers. And he was saying, I cover a whole bunch of different technology, and you guys focus on cell phones and some of the other mobile tech, but we've got kind of, a similar thing going on, somewhat similar audiences, and it might be kind of fun to get together and, do some content, do some videos together, introduce you to my audience and vice versa, that kind of thing. And I thought, this is great. I'm a big fan. Everybody at PhoneDog, we're all big fans of John for Lakers and Techno Buffalo. And I was just really psyched that he came up with the idea, got on the phone, talked about it, blah, blah, and here we go. So if you guys like it, let us know. Maybe this will be the first in a long line of things, some collaboration between us. We could call it Techno Dog or Phone Buffalo, and we'll just keep the names the same, but we'll do some stuff together. If you don't like it, let us know. We won't do it anymore. But at any rate, we decided, well, the next big event coming up is Apple's WWDC, the keynote on June 7th, where Steve Jobs has kind of it's kind of become the place where they launched the new iPhone, everybody looking for a new iPhone at WWDC. So we thought, well, let's give some predictions. So like I said, you can check out John's video with his predictions over on the PhoneDog channels. And I'm going to hit you up with mine. I'm going to try to keep it quick. I have a bad habit of talking too much, so I'm going to try to go quick. I will be at the event. I'm up here in the East Bay area, San Francisco area of Northern California, and I will be at the keynote in San Francisco on June 7th, so definitely check out our live coverage over on PhoneDog.com. That was my shameless plug. But and maybe after the event, John and I will get together again and do another video talking about, not just all of our predictions that came wrong or didn't come true, but, what we think and how the marketplace kind of now shapes up with, Apple versus Google, and then, Palm and Microsoft still kind of in the background. But then, of course, RIM, BlackBerry, is still controlling the marketplace, even if, some people think their days are numbered. Enough of that. WWDC, it's a developers conference, but like I said, it's become the place where the new iPhones launch. Google I/O a couple weeks ago, their developers conference, they talked a lot about Android. They launched Android 2.2 Froyo, which is a huge update, a lot of cool stuff in it. They also announced Google TV, and they also gave out the Sprint Evo 4G Android phone to everybody in attendance. So they really made a splash, and they took 1 million pot shots at Apple. I was really surprised. A lot of jokes at Apple's expense. Some of the jokes are kind of lame, some are kind of funny, but a lot of pot shots taken at Apple during the keynote on the second day. So, and then of course there was a lot of talk about Chrome and everything else Google's doing. So fully expect new iPhone at WWDC coming from Apple. Also, there'll be a lot of non-iPhone talk. They'll talk about iPad, all the iPads they've sold. They'll talk about OS X, perhaps a preview of the new version of OS X. I think you hear a lot about the iTunes Store, the new iBook Store, the iPad International launch, all that kind of stuff. You may see some talk about iPhone OS 4.1 being the first unified release to support iPhone, iPod Touch, and iPad all at once, because right now there's a separate beta version for iPad from the other two. You may hear some talk about the Game Center for iPhone OS, although I kind of think they'll save that till the fall event, where they traditionally launch the new iPods, because the iPod is kind of their premier targeted game device, the iPod Touch, so they might wait till back to school for that. I highly doubt you'll hear anything about an iPhone on Verizon or any other non-AT&T network in the US. I think for now it's going to stay an AT&T exclusive. You might hear something, there's always rumors about the Verizon iPhone. It's got to come true at some point because Google's got so many devices and so many carriers, they're just flooding the market. Then again, Apple makes their money off of big profit margins in their devices, not out of having huge market share. So who knows, but I do think you'll see an iPhone on Verizon eventually. You might see it in time for the Christmas holidays this year, 2010. I don't think you'll see it on June 7th at WWDC. Frankly, I hope I'm wrong, because it would be fun. It would really open up the marketplace, but I don't think you'll see it. I do think you'll see a new iPhone. The hardware will probably look, this is the old one. The current one I've got now, the 3GS, looks like from the leaks you've seen online, the one that was left in a bar down near Apple headquarters and the ones coming out of Vietnam now. Looks like you'll probably lose that rounded design on the edges. It'll be more squared off. It's going to be a little bit thinner. I think the big features you're going to see, front-facing camera, video chat capabilities. I think Apple's going to promote the heck out of it. Apple's really good at making commercials that really focus in on a single feature and how you can use it. The first iPhone, they talked a lot about, the maps, those commercials that had, what was it, like the sushi place in San Francisco, and everybody started calling them after they saw the ads on TV, and how you could use your phone to very quickly, look something up and call it. And they got into the whole apps thing and everything. With the 3GS with video, they've done a lot showing, how you can use the phone to capture video. Other devices can do that too. That's the thing everybody always says about Apple is they take, features that aren't exclusive and try to spin them like they're the best thing since sliced bread. Well, it works because they sell millions of these things, and they're going to do the same thing with video chat. I think you'll see a front-facing camera with video chat. I don't know if it'll work on 3G on AT&T or only on Wi-Fi, but I think you'll see it. I think you'll see a new back-facing camera, higher megapixels, probably 5 megapixels, with a flash, and I think it'll capture HD video. I think they're going to focus a lot on video and on high res. I think they'll call the device iPhone HD, not iPhone 4G because it's not going to run on a 4G network, at least not yet. But I think you'll have HD video capture. I also think the screen on the front, it's not going to be as big as Evo 4G. It's not going to be a 4.3-inch screen. I think it'll be like 3.7. I think that's what the rumors and the leaks have said, 3.7. And I think it will, also as the leaks have said, have a much higher resolution display, a much higher pixel count. 960 by 480 makes a lot of sense. It would quadruple the pixel count. It would be by far the highest res cell phone display that I've ever heard of anyway. Much higher res than 800 by 480 that you see on a lot of the new Android devices. And not only would it support higher res photo and video playback, but it would support just much smoother rendering of fonts and of graphics. And so you would get something that was much more like you were reading a magazine. I think that just ties in. Looking at the screen would be more like looking at a printed page in a good way. And I think that would tie in with what Apple's trying to do, with trying to sell everything from TV shows to digital magazines to electronic books on their iBook store now. So I think you'll see iBooks come to the iPhone. I think you'll have a much higher res display. I think it'll have new technology that they'll claim that it increases battery life. You'll have a bigger battery as well. But I think they'll have, the display will be a big thing they'll push. Increased battery life, higher res, and better performance in bad lighting conditions, especially in harsh sunlight. A lot of the Android phones that have an AMOLED display, they just wash out in direct sunlight. Samsung's got their new Super AMOLED technology coming out in the Galaxy S that does much better in harsh lighting. And I think you're going to see an iPhone with not Super AMOLED, but a similar technology to, again, higher res, but also better performance in bad sunlight. I think the phone will be a little bit slimmer. Again, that's on all the leaks. Better performance in terms of reception, data, cell phone reception, data over cellular and Wi-Fi networks, and also GPS. I think probably, they'll have some advancements to make that tech better. But again, the big thing, front-facing video camera, new industrial design, more memory. They always double the memory. You'll see one with 64 gigs. And then the back camera and the higher res display. As far as a one more thing announcement, I don't know. I think you'll see some new stuff on iPhone OS 4. You'll see Facebook integration, maybe some other social networking integration. Obviously, the multitasking they already previewed. You'll see something with the iTunes and maybe the Mobile Me service. Apple bought this company called Lala that specialized in streaming media, and they shut Lala down effective May 31st, as was scheduled. So everybody's speculating, does that mean they're going to have a subscriptions-based iTunes thing, kind of like, the Zune Pass and Rhapsody, or will they try to do something with subscription-based video content, TV shows, that kind of thing? I don't know about that. What I really hope they do is I hope they introduced a revamped Mobile Me service and they make it free. They need to compete with Google, even to compete with what Palm is doing with WebOS, where you're syncing of your calendars and your contacts and your tasks and your mail and all of that is wireless and free, and even a wireless backup service. Now Google announced that they're going to have one in Android 2.2. So Apple, in order to compete, in order to offer similar, if not better services, they need to do something there. Hopefully they'll announce it at WWDC. As for another consumer product, one more thing, I hope there is something. I hope we get rumors about a new Apple TV device. I hope that comes true. Apple TV running on the iPhone OS platform could be kind of interesting. I doubt it, but there's a slim chance there would be a second iPhone. You'd see iPhone HD at the top. The current iPhone 3GS would slot in to that $99 price point. And then, the mythical iPhone Nano, honestly, I highly doubt it. You can hope, right? But, so there you go. I think you'll see a lot of talk. You'll see the new iPhone. I already went down what that'll do. Talk about iPhone OS, obviously. A lot of talk about the iPad. Talk about OS 10, a new preview version of OS 10, and stuff about the development tools and that kind of thing. And hopefully one more thing, free Mobile Me service, revamped so it's more useful, and maybe the Apple TV. I don't think we'll see a Verizon iPhone. But like I said, usually I'm wrong. So there you go. Again, thanks to John. Did I keep it? Nah, it's like 10 minutes. I still rambled on. There's a lot to cover, though. What can I tell you? Thanks again to John for inviting me to sit in for a day on John for Lakers and Techno Buffalo. And again, check out John's video over on PhoneDog and PhoneDog.com. And if you like it, let us know. We'll do more because this has been fun. John's been a great guy to get to know a little bit and talk to. And it's always cool, like I said, to get to work with these people who just like you, I only see them on YouTube and on the web. So it's been a good time. All right? Till next time, come back on the 7th, see what Apple says, and hopefully we'll see you again. Thanks again to Techno Buffalo and John for Lakers, and to John and all you for watching. My name's Noah. The website's PhoneDog.com. Bye-bye.